So here's another one for you.
Mm.
It's tricky. It's maybe a trickier one. It's harder to explain as a question. The question I've written down as you were chatting is: has your addiction or your recovery made you a better leader? And what I mean by that is, I suspect that there are leaders like you and I who, like the addiction, the obsession, the kind of that relentless kind of quest for something, whatever that thing is at that time, that is, in my experience, is kind of leadership, because you don't have to be. I found myself 24/7 all of the time thinking about every little aspect of the business and how it could be improved. And it became my addiction. So is a great leader by definition like an addictive personality, or possibly even does the fact that you've let that addiction go that wasn't serving you and have focused on your recovery, is that the trait of a human that makes a human a better leader?
I think makes you a better founder, potentially, not necessarily a better leader. I think you could probably be a leader. I think to be able to be a founder and create something, that addictive personality and that determination and that drive just to keep going is huge. And that sort of, especially that sort of startup phase when you're doing everything and you've got to do it. And if we were in startup phase when I was just coming out, I was in recovery and I'd stopped using the active addiction. But a lot of that energy was going into that. That definitely helps. So founding a business, 100%. Do you need that relentlessness and that sort of thing to be a general leader? I don't know if you do. I'm not sure. I think it's I think you can show different types of leadership, and I think actually there's probably leaders that can work and which would be better at showing actually where the balance is and actually where those things are. And actually, I think there's very few founders that have the off switch, and it's all about going forward. But actually, leaders, probably different leaders, and then can do that. And I think you can definitely be a leader and not be a founder, and do that. And I think there's some amazing people that can run teams or run businesses, but didn't want to do that phase. And even to be honest, actually, looking at myself again is like, I think I'm better probably as a founder and that than I am. I definitely enjoy it more. I enjoy that sort of startup than running something. I think I definitely like the hustle and build and try new things and that sort of thing. I find that's better for my brain patterns than just continue running things. But there's some people that are amazing at keeping things going. We have people that run teams and run sort of operations things who are very good leaders at keeping the business running. Whereas actually, I think my strengths are probably looking at other ways of doing things and looking at what's the next thing, or what's the next diversification play, or how can we adapt things, or what's coming down the line. I think that's my strength, and then I can lead within that. But is it my strength, or actually is it the right thing for me to be doing to be the person that's just running or leading on a day-to-day basis across everything? No, I can't do that anymore. And also, I'm not the best at doing that. I think maybe that's the thing, is identifying the people that are the best at doing that.
I think that's the key thing, isn't it? Is admitting to yourself and knowing what you are good and not good at, and then allowing others to do what they need to do because they're better at it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I sort of read a book, and you sort of see it with quite a lot of the tech companies, don't you? Sort of actually the founders get to a certain point, and then someone else comes in and runs it, and actually because it's not the best use of their brains to do that, and actually what they need is that hustle, and different is a different role. And as a business changes and the business evolves or scales or whatever it is, you do need a different skill set to be able to do those things, and it's definitely a different mentality to being. Even at like when we launched, it was like 7 people, and it's like 70. It's like, it's not huge, but it's a different mentality. But
there's that inflection point, isn't it, where it changes, where your role changes and the
completely.
Culture changes and the organisation. And now you're like, one point you are the person, and then all of a sudden you're no longer the person. It started to be kind of almost fed into the organisation by another person.
Yeah, completely. It's like there was the first 2 years. It's like I could identify every single job that was in the building, and I would tell you which of my relationships they had come from. And now it's like I don't even know some of the clients in the building anymore. And it's sort of like, it's also a miss to a certain extent.